All right, so I've got this project ready to go. So this is the 360, the MatchFit 360-degree sled for the table saw. I'll release it on Makerworld. It'll have the fusion files as well as runners for the table saw and the DFX file for the cutout. I'll probably include the MillMage file as well. You can see I've got it loaded up in G-Center. I've got my X and Y and Z zeroed and ready to go. But you can see just with the new 1.6.1 update in G-Center, you can see all the different colors with the different. So you've got purple and orange and yellow and blue. Those all denote different bit changes. So as I was saying, this is the most largest number of bit changes I'll have in one project. So I've got a Speed Tools 1/8 inch compression bit loaded up. I've got Speed Tools compression end mill in slot 1. We won't be using the tapered ball nose, but we will be using the, let's see if I can get it out of here. I like to actually use a magnet. Depending on the length of the shank on the bit, magnets make life easier. But this is the 60-degree V-bit from Speed Tools. If you don't see a theme, I do like the Speed Tool bits for a lot of stuff. This is the relief bit from MatchFit, so that'll make the relief grooves for the dovetail. And then I've got the actual dovetail bit. So those will be all the bits that are used in today's project. Hopefully, like I said, everything goes well. My goal is to not have to intervene, just basically let it run. All right, so I've got the sled and the fence already here. So I'm using, I'll put a link in the description, but I'm just using a hardware set. It's just an M5 bolt set. Has the hex heads on it. And the reason for the hex head ones versus some of the others is they fit inside of the MatchFit pieces. So these are the 3D printed pieces. They make up the MatchFit sliders, as well as grab these out from underneath here. Okay, so the file itself will have the miter bar, so that's what's attached here on the bottom with M5 bolts and heat set inserts, and that just falls into the groove that's cut. And then that gets lined up with the saw. I'll show you that in a second. And then I've got a selection of the MatchFit pieces that go into the spoil board, or into the table saw sled, I should say, as well as some various clamps. So this is a cam style clamp. So I'll basically throw that in there, put this in. And so then what happens is as you spin this, you would put a, let's say a fence. So this is a fence piece that you can print. So the fence goes on this side with your bolts and your thumb screws, and then you could have this, put it back together. Okay, have your cam style clamp go on here, and that would hold your piece to the fence. So a few different ways to use it, as well as the main fence, which is here. And I do have some 3D printed stop blocks, so I can put the fence on here. Of course, doing this while I can't see anything is fun. There we go. Okay, so then you've got your fence on. So the fence is kind of fun because between the dog holes, so let's say I wanted a 45-degree angle, I can set that on the using the dog holes. So I can move this to a point that I can get the different angles between two dogs, and I could mark that with dogs and then ram the fence up against it and lock the fence down. You can go up to, you know, kind of any angle you really want with the fence just by sliding it around, which is pretty fun. So yeah, MatchFit has a whole series on the sled itself if you want to see all of its different capabilities. Again, this is kind of my take on it, and with some 3D printed parts that I have included in the Makerworld file. So the last kind of step is to bring it over to the saw. Make sure at this point, hopefully you've already checked that your miter slot fits, but you would put it into your miter slot, loosen up bolts if as needed, and then you're just going to get it basically indexed with your fence on your saw. So now I have my fence moved over. I've just got enough blade. It is set up, so this last square is set up to be 3 millimeters longer. So 96, 96, 96, 96, and then 99, I think. 98, somewhere in there. There's a couple 3 millimeters on this side. So the idea being here that I line it up with my fence. My fence should be parallel with my blade. That's just part of setting up your table saw. So once I have my sled indexed with the fence, I can then go back and tighten up all of the miter slot bolts. Make sure that they're nice and snug so that my saw isn't, or my sled isn't now going to move. Pull this out, and then I can raise up my blade, move my fence out of the way, raise up my blade, and I could take that, make that final cut, taking just the corner off, just to ensure that again that sled edge is parallel with the blade. Again, your fence should already be lined up, but just trimming off that end, and then your table saw sled is ready to go. And like I said, you've got your fence. If you do want to set a square, I'll just pull this out. So if you do want to make sure that your fence is square, you could put 2 dogs, a dog in each hole, and again bring your fence back to hit those, or no, not quite enough room. So bring your fence back to hit those dogs, and then that would give you a square fence to the blade. So those are a few of the ways that you can use the dovetail system with the dog hole system to make a nice table saw sled. So hopefully that's helpful. Like I said, I've made the file available. You can tweak it and edit it as you wish, as well as the 3D printed parts, so that you can, if you need to customize, again, I have the DeWalt saw. So if you have a different saw, you can print this off in a couple pieces and get it, you know, to fit nice and snug for your saw, and then you should be good to go. Okay, thanks for watching.